Just over 2 years ago, I did a trip, which was the longest trip I've ever done in this car without having a supercharger available along the way. I called that video Range Anxiety. It's linked up here if you want to check it out. Well, now just over 2 years later, I'm doing that trip again. Right now I'm in Campbell River, where my first stop was last time I did the trip. So let's recap how I got here. The trip starts at BC Ferries. From the ferries, you take a trip over to Vancouver Island, where you make your first stop in Nanaimo. Nanaimo is where the supercharger is that you need to charge up to 100% to make this trip. The drive is going to be about 350 kilometers, so we're going to need all the power we can get to make our way there. After you're charged up, you hit the road to make your way to Port McNeill. Okay, now that we're all caught up, I'm going to go over some of the stats I have written down from the last time I did this trip to compare to now up until this point, and kind of give you guys an idea of what my degradation of my car has been like over the last couple years, as well as my efficiency, because the differences this time around is that the temperature is colder. We're sitting at an average around 10 degrees instead of probably a 25 to 30. I don't know the exact what it was last time. As well as this car has now been lowered, so I do have a little bit less wind resistance on the wheels, but I am still running the same stock rims, but with winter tires this time instead of this all seasons that came with the car. So those are the only real difference. Otherwise, the car is fairly the same aside from degradation. Okay, charging to 100%, the car was saying that I was getting 526 kilometers, where new it is at 576. So overall, I've lost about 50 kilometers worth of charge, which is not bad over a period of just under 4 years. So that being said, I've lost approximately 9% of my battery capacity, which does seem like a lot, but you always lose the most at the start, and then after that, it simmers out. So far, the conditions with it being colder, I have been using more energy than last time. My range from this location, from doing this trip last time, was saying I had 374 kilometers remaining, where this time around, my car is saying 347. So it's a little bit lower, but that kind of goes with the degradation. That's all the information I have right now. Currently, the trip planner is saying that I'll arrive with 25% battery, which last time it was saying 36%. So it's quite a bit lower on that aspect. But we'll see what happens, because what it said last time, I was at 29, so I was still lower than what it was saying. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, I'm going to get back on the road after I eat a little bit of food. And in traditional fashion at these Walmarts, check out this sweet Audi I found. Pretty cool. All right, I'm going to eat and then get going. The first half of that trip too on the Island Highway, it's like 110 the whole way as well, and it's really boring. It's a lot of trees, but it's relaxing because the people that do the road work on that road are doing a bang up job. It's so smooth and so like peaceful. I don't know, it's a very pleasurable drive, but it is very boring. So now we're going to go into the second half of this trip where the road's a lot more windy, a lot more up and down elevation changes, and a lot more scenic, a lot more beautiful. So hey Eve, what can you tell me about Port McNeill?
Hey, Port McNeill? That's this chill little town on the northeast coast of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. It's got like 2,000 folks, super laid-back vibe. Main thing is it's the gateway to the Broughton Archipelago. Think killer whale watching, kayaking, diving, and fishing trips out there. Oh, and they've got the world's largest burl, this massive funky tree growth you can check out. If you're road tripping from Victoria, it's about a 6-hour drive north. What's got you curious?
Well, there it is. We made it. 17% remaining. So let me just get a shot of the stats. Definitely not as efficient as I was last time. There's probably a few factors for that. Like, one, temperature. It ranged from 5 degrees at the lowest to like 11 or 12 degrees at the highest. So that might have made a big impact. And like on the main highway, it's 110 speed limit, kilometers that is, which is faster than the ideal top speed you should go. And I was going 110 the whole time, so that might have been a factor. But yeah, I gotta calculate this data, so more to come. So I'm back home and I'm almost done editing up this video, but I want to give you guys the numbers. I've done all the calculations. I'm a sucker for this kind of data nerd stuff with electric cars. I don't know why, but I think it's really interesting. First, let's talk about the first trip, what I did, and then I'll compare it here, as well as I'll put the miles on the screen for my American friends. The first trip, I consumed 142 watt hours per kilometer, which works out to 7 kilometers per kilowatt hour, which is decently good efficiency. I think that's relatively on the line of Tesla's optimal, like getting your full range of the car. But this time, with a bit colder weather and a little bit of rain here and there, I was getting 159 watt hours per kilometer, which works out to 6.3 kilowatt hour. So a bit, about 0.7 less, which is not ideal. That was a bit over, which that's still relatively in the average for my car, for my climate, where I live. So I'm not too upset about that. But it does put in perspective with that trip, because it did arrive at my brother's place with only 17% battery left. The silver lining to all this, though, is the midway stop, Campbell River, they are adding a supercharger there. It is confirmed. So I'm really happy about that, which means I don't have to worry about range at all moving forwards. Another note, too, on the way back, it was raining like crazy. And I did do a single trip. I charged to 95%, I didn't go to 100 all the way, and I made it all the way back to the original charger I was at before with 7% battery left, which I was fine. I had backup chargers along the way, like I said, but that was interesting to figure that out and see how much of a difference was, because I used 5% more power coming back than on the way down because of, I think, just the bad weather. It was raining like crazy. Now, my degradation being around 9% is actually quite good. It seems like a high number, but I looked up Tesla Model 3 long ranges 2022, like mine, that are approximately 4 years old, are all getting around 3 to 5% degradation per year over the period of 4 years. So mine's actually doing a bit better. It's probably because I don't have that many kilometers on it compared to most of the people I know that with the same car. Because over 4 years, most cars, from what I've seen, are getting between 12 and 20% degradation. So I feel like I'm doing okay, and also I can still make the trip in one charge if I need to, which is the primary test that I was trying to do. So I'm still happy about that, and I'm pretty happy with the car in general. It's a great commuting car, and it can do long trips if you need to. But yeah, that's it for this video. So I hope you found it useful and liked my cool shots. I really, some of those drone shots were chef's kiss. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching. Bye.